All right, hey, it's Mark here with another fighting game guide. This time Tekken. It is my first Tekken game. I dabbled a little bit in Tekken 7 for a week or two, but this is the first time I'm really gonna try to learn the game. So I decided I wanted to play the Mishimas, but that comes with some technical execution difficulties. So I wanted to tweak kind of my layout on my Hitbox to allow me to actually use some of their stronger tools, mainly being backdash, Korean backdashing, wave dashing, electrics, and instant while standing launchers. So I had to actually change my Hitbox layout to make things more comfortable. Just like a standard Hitbox layout, I have left, down, right, and jump on my left hand. I also have an additional left and right inputs on my right hand. And in order to accommodate that, I have my light punch here. I just moved it down one. My heavy punch, or 2 button, is exactly in between left and right. Then I just brought the kicks down here, so I have 3 and 4 here and here. What this allows me to do is it gives me additional left and right inputs so that I can more easily alternate hands and get really fast, precise inputs for some of the techniques that require just frames or very fast or repetitive motions. So the techniques that we are going to cover, I'm going to start with Korean backdash, mainly because it's the easiest. It was already pretty comfortable on the standard Hitbox layout. The way I do it is like this. Basically, I'm gonna come down with one of the outside fingers, and I just build up some tension between that finger and the crouch finger, and that just allows me to add more pressure, come down and press the other button, and then I lift my hand up and just repeat that motion. It's already pretty comfortable and allows you to basically do it as fast as you want. The next one is going to be wave dashing. What it is it's just a repetitive DP motion. The way I would normally do a DP motion is like that. But that we're doing that several times in a row, it's going to require double tapping and going back and forth between fingers, but not in a left-right pattern. And it's just really easy to fumble it during a match. So what we did is we added these extra left and right buttons, so that will allow me to alternate hands. A DP motion, it's going to be forward, neutral, down, then down, forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to press the forward with our right hand, and we'll just do a quarter circle with our left hand, since that's already in muscle memory. And it just lets you go back and forth and do that motion as fast as you're comfortable with. The next input that I needed to get down was electrics. It's part of the Mishima game plan. It's what makes them special, and it's just a DP motion, except for you need to then press the 2 button at the exact frame that you press down forward. So you can do it the standard input, but then now you have to worry about pressing 2 buttons on different hands on the same frame. And it sounds like it would be easy, but for me, I personally have difficulty doing that. But that's where these 2 extra inputs come in. What we have to know about that is now you can just press the 2 button, this button here, at the exact same time, same frame, because you're using 2 fingers on the same hand. So you just bring your hand down and you can press that forward button there. So the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna tap forward, let go, hold down, and then we're just gonna plink that to here, and that'll give you a really fast electric. And it's fairly consistent to get the fastest timing. Now, the last technique, which you have to master with Mishimas, is going to be doing this while standing 2 input. It's really strong because it's a launcher, so their other strong technique, the electrics, that's a high, so you can duck it. They're going to be inclined to duck, and if you mix it up with this, then you can get a strong punish for your opponent trying to play around your electrics. Now, it can be done from a standing position or a wave dash position, and both are pretty important. So in order to do this, we're just going to go into the wave dash, which is just going to be an empty DP motion. And then we need to cancel out of the wave dash by pressing back. That allows you to stand up more quickly. And there's just a few frames, and everything has to be kind of timed properly. There's a few frames where you'll be able to do the while standing input. If you do it too early, you're going to get back and two, which in Kazuya's case is a mid, so it's actually not that bad to go too early in Kazuya. With Devil Jin, if you go early or late, they're both going to be highs. But if you go too late, you're just going to get empty Dragon Fist, which is also going to be high and not what we're looking for. So in order to do that, we need to come up with some scheme that will allow us to do it fast and consistently during a match. So we're going to need to do a wave dash or DP motion. That's going to be forward, down, down, forward. So we've got the forward and down here on our left hand. And then we're going to need to cancel with back. So that gives us a really easy pattern on our left hand, which is we're just going to press forward, down, back. And it actually works out where you can do them all with equal timing spacing. Now, in order to get the down forward and get our wave dash, we need to plink from down to down forward. So we've got this forward input on our right hand, this button here. So we basically just on the second beat of forward, down, back, we need to plink and just tap this forward. And then on the third one, we need to plink from back to the 2 button, or this punch button. So what it's going to look like is this. And as you can see, it's fairly consistent. You can get it to come out pretty much on command. Now, when you're wave dashing, it's going to change things a little bit. You're going to be pressing forward all the time with this button because we're just alternating hands like that. But anytime you've pressed a forward of that wave dash sequence, you can then go into an electric or an instant while standing too. With electric, we've already pressed the forward, so now all we need is the down plink to 2 plus down forward, which we already have in muscle memory. It's just going to be this motion. So it's going to look like this. Oops. And you can get that to come out pretty much on demand. You can do as many wave dashes as you want first. Now for the instant while standing 2, the starter is always going to be this forward, and then we just do the second and third beats of that, which is going to be down to forward, back to 2. So it's going to look like this. And it's very consistent. And that's pretty much it. So this is basically day 2 of playing Tekken, and I can do the Mishima stuff. This does use extra directional inputs. I mean, the cross-up controller that Hitbox puts out does have extra directional inputs. So I think it should be allowed, but with tournaments the way they are, probably it will there'll be some sort of ruling for the bigger tournaments. But basically any locals you go to is going to let you use a input scheme like this. Lots of people order custom hitboxes with extra directional inputs. If you want to pick up Mishimas and you don't have a lot of muscle memory experience on the other layout, you should consider this one. All right, thanks, and I'll see you next time.